I'd like to ask the Minister what steps his department can take to ease the gas price increases that are being experienced by residents of Custom House Square, Dublin 1, who, as a result of a district heating system, are paying commercial rates, and if he will make a statement on the matter.
Deputy, I understand that development in question is heated by the way of a local heating system which is fuelled by natural gas. Gas and electricity retail markets in Ireland operate within the European regulatory regime, as we've just been discussing, wherein electricity and gas markets are commercial, liberalised and competitive. I am acutely aware of the impact that current internationally influenced energy price increases are having on people and families, and for that government has introduced a series of measures to try and alleviate the impact, particularly on low-income households. In 2018, the Renewable Energy Directive includes, inter alia, provisions concerning use of unavoidable waste heat when planning district heating, and provisions requiring Member States to facilitate the development of heating and cooling derived from renewable sources. District heating within a structured framework is a technology that offers the potential to diversify fuel supply used in the heating of the building sector. It can offer flexibility in fuel choice and the ability to adapt to changes in the economic and policy landscape. The Climate Action Plan 2021 contains action that will provide a solid basis for the appropriate expansion of district heating in Ireland, including the establishment of a multidisciplinary district heating steering group. The steering group, which is up and running, has met 4 times already this year. It's working on recommendations to ensure that there is a robust governance and regulatory framework in place, along with any legislation that may be required in line with the requirements of the Renewable Energy Directive and the Energy Efficiency Directive. Considerations in this regard will also encompass pre-existing district heating and local heating schemes that are already in operation. Deputy Murco, I think, has brought to my attention a similar issue in Louth, where a district heating system or a local heating system powered by gas. I'm aware of the development in your own constituency, and I think there's a small number, but badly hit by the impact of very high gas wholesale market prices. And our department, through the steering group, will look at measures to see what ways in which we can assist such developments get out of what is a very high-priced system at this present time. It won't be an easy switch, but that's something I'm very willing to try and look to see what sort of policy levers we could introduce.
I thank the Minister for his answer. I'm interested maybe in the differentiation we're all making between local heating systems and district heating systems. That's not a differentiation I'm particularly familiar with. In this case, in the Custom House Square case, it's a gas-based district heating system operated by Frontline Energy, and those residents are paying 4 times the higher end of the rates available to residential customers, which, I mean, we're all talking about the cost of living at the moment, but that is a considerable strain. And I know Deputy O'Murchu has raised this with you, and I believe it's Carlin Hall in Dundalk. So in both cases, residents are just paying through the roof, and I'm very aware that we're now into the summer season, and so hopefully people can make kind of choices to reduce their heating costs. But I would really hope that the department, and I take the point that there's a steering group on the regulation of district heating, but we are also on a timeline in terms of the autumn, and people will be heading into a higher kind of energy usage period, and I'd just like to flag that for the Minister.
Absolutely. The distinction, well, first I'm going to say district heating is going to provide a hugely important role in the decarbonisation of a heating sector. There are certain areas, particularly where there's waste heat available, where it will be the preferred solution compared to retrofitting or insulating buildings. It can bring really advantages and protection for our country. There are slight variations within it, different forms. What I would see is the local heating systems, the 2 in question here, are typically where it's a particular development, where it's be it an apartment or housing development, which has its own heating system shared with typically management fee structures and so on. District heating, as I see it being developed, is more designed on a municipal, across a whole range of different developments, planned on a kind of by municipal local authorities, and also energy companies to help provide that waste heat to a variety of areas. In these local heating schemes which exist across the world and are very effective, I think gas doesn't tend to be the preferred heating solution. Typically, they would use wood chip, biomass or other supplies. And I think one of the things we might do with the deputies looking at their own constituencies to see are there ways which we look to see other alternative fuels that might be used to try and get out of what are very expensive gas market prices.
Thank you, Minister. I see your differentiation there, and to be honest with you, I don't know enough about Carlin Hall to say either way. I do think it's incredibly important that we get this right. I'm glad that there is a steering committee. I agree that district heating has to be a major source and a major option in terms of providing power, and I very much hope to see the steering group look at options like combined or CHP, combined heat and power, because in a previous life I know that works very, very well particularly in tight urban areas like in my constituency with Custom House Square. So I very much welcome it, but I would just flag that timeline again for the autumn of making sure that there is some intervention before now and the autumn for those residents who are experiencing it right now, those massive costs right now, and also the importance of reputationally that we don't make district heating a problem for people, that we make it the best choice and a good choice.